Hello everyone, welcome to the Concern Podcast where we unpack political, social, economic and cultural stories shaping our world. I am Emmanuel Taban. Now yesterday, the senior presidential envoy on special programs, the Honorable Adut Salva Kiir met with members of the Baka community in our office in Juba, and they discussed a series of issues during that meeting. And the members who came to pay the visit were mainly members of the Baka community who resides in Yei and Maridi. So they came and paid a visit, and they had a series of discussions with the Honorable Adut Salva Kiir. And on this video, I want to tell you 4 major things that happened during that meeting between Adut and the members of that community. 4 major things transpired during that meeting, and the purpose of this video is mainly to tell you all these 4 major things that happened during that meeting. But before we proceed with this video, if this is your first time watching a video on our channel, please subscribe, hit on the notification button, like, comment, and if the videos interest you, share with your colleagues, share with your circle. It's a way of making this channel grow, and when it grows, it motivates us to make more videos back to back. And thanks for those who have been supporting us. We just hit 2,000 subscribers on our channel. This is a very grateful. I couldn't be excited and happier, and just continue doing so. I'm proud of you, and thank you so much. And back to the purpose of this video, as I said, that in this video I'm just going to tell you the 4 major things that happened during that meeting between Adut and Salva and the members of the Baka community. Now, one of the major things that happened during that meeting was that the members of the community presented traditional materials to Adut Salva Kiir, and most of them signals their respect and the efforts. Allegedly, that's what they said. The efforts that Adut has been putting to making sure that services are being delivered to the grassroots level, and also making sure that the national leadership is actually being pushed to look into the grassroots level. So that is the main reason why they presented those traditional gifts. They presented it to Adut Salva Kiir, and here are the pictures of some of the traditional materials that were given to the Honorable Adut Salva Kiir. You can see them in the pictures here. And the second thing that happened during that meeting between Adut Salva Kiir was that the members of the Baka community presented a certificate to the Honorable Adut, and on the certificate it's contained appreciation words where they also feel that the presidential envoy has actually done much of her work, and she has been mainly focusing on the grassroots population, making sure that services are delivered. And for that reason, they presented a certificate to the Honorable Adut Salva Kiir, and that was also one of the things that happened during that meeting between Adut and the members of the Baka community. You can see the picture of Adut being presented the certificate right here. And the third major thing that happened during that meeting, very interesting, is that while the members of the Baka community were meeting the Honorable Adut, they actually designated her a name, a Baka name called Azila. That is a Baka name given to the Honorable Adut Salva Kiir. And from that meeting, the presidential envoy, even on her official Facebook page, had to write that name on the page as well, and the name is Azila. So apparently the meaning of that name is that we will always continue to like you. That we will always continue to like you. So that is the meaning of the name Azila, and that was also one of the things that happened during that meeting between Adut Salva Kiir and members of the Baka community. They gave her a name, and that name is Azila, meaning we will always continue to love you. And that was one of the things that happened during that meeting between Adut Salva Kiir and members of the Baka community. Lastly, but most importantly, of which I have an issue with it, is that members of this community presented their grievances to Adut Salva Kiir, and they gave their issues, trying to explain it to a honorable envoy that about the challenges that their community are facing, and lack of service delivery and all this kind of stuff. And out of all the other things that I mentioned that happened during that meeting, I don't have any issue with them. I don't have any issue with her being presented the certificate. I don't have any issue with her being presented the traditional gift. I don't even have an issue with the honorable meeting the members of the community. But the major problem is that they discuss issues to do with service delivery and all other. I mean, I clearly understand that Adut holds a very prominent position, but I feel that some of the grievances, some of the complaints that needs to be presented to the government are being wrongly given to Adut Salva Kiir. I mean, we do have institutions of government which actually should be solving some of these issues that these communities and individuals present to the office of the senior presidential envoy. So I feel that this is one of the things that perhaps the office of the envoy need to work on it and redefine exactly what her role is, because it looks like people don't understand her role in the government, and everyone just feels that, I mean, they can go and present their complaints to her. It's not bad to present, but it should be done in the right channel. I mean, if we skip some of the important institutions that are in our constitution, institutions that are constitutionally set up to carry on with the daily work that the citizens are facing, if we are skipping this, then what is the purpose of creating these institutions? I mean, the challenge with this is that we are going to have weak institutions and systems simply because they are not being given attention. These institutions have been ignored. And so many people feel that just because Adut is a daughter to the president, they can easily have their complaint heard and solved immediately. And I think that is where people are getting it wrong. Being the daughter of the president and being the special envoy on special program does not mean that every complaint has to be presented to them. And this is not only with the Baka community. Some other communities came to her office as well, and they did the same, presented their complaints. And I feel this is where we have gotten it wrong. We do have real institutions that are supposed to be actually tackling some of these daily issues that the people are grappling with. And if we fail to recognize this, I think this is a big problem. We're going to have weak institutions, institutions that are not respected, institutions that are not even accounted to carry on their, are not actually held accountable to play their role. So if we do all this, at the end of the day, it is us to lose the country. So I think it is always good for the office of the special envoy to be defined. Her role needs to be specifically stated, and people get to know that these are the things that she is supposed to do. The other things, then, people need to present to the right institutions of government. They're supposed to solve these issues. So not everything should be brought into the office of the senior presidential envoy. That is my thought about that. And thank you so much. Tell us in the comment section what you think about that meeting between Adut Salva Kiir, my edit, and members of the Baka community. And if you have an issue with it as well, write down in the comment section. But thank you so much. Until next time, I remain Emmanuel, and this is the Concern Podcast.